That'll work, Chief.
Good enough.
Yeah, good enough. Fuck it.
We can wrap it from here. Well, fuck. I forgot our whole intro.
Alright, guys, welcome to Gagg. I'm...
Whoa. Excuse me. I do the intros here.
Whatever.
How's it going, everybody? Welcome to Gagg. I'm Clayton. Don't do that.
You're right.
You threw off the whole
It
thing.
did feel a little unnatural.
I'm Chico. This is Taco.
No. Bruh. Why are you breaking my mom's table?
Anyway.
I did it on purpose. My mom's.
He's starting his chainsaw. Don't worry about it.
Mom.
Anyway, today we'll talk about many of things, but what are we focusing on?
Today's broad topic of video games. That way we can go from video games to cars to people.
Yeah.
To space. Maybe a little bit about work. My kids, my wife, your kids.
All right. So with that,
and we're recording in front of a live studio audience.
Yes, of one member. It's Cheyenne. She's back there. So when you hear laughter, we're that funny. You're welcome.
Yeah, we just need the confidence boost.
Yeah.
I'm feeling really depressed.
She's not actually like laughing at it. We paid her $20 before it started.
Yeah, to sit here and go.
Oh. All right.
See, got her on that one.
So, speaking of video games that we haven't even started talking about, I actually was telling you. Did I tell you the other day? I started playing Evil Within for the first time like 12 years after it came out.
I wish you'd come over here and play that game with me, and so I can upload it on my gaming channel.
Well, I played it. So my thing is the graphics, which may just be my TV because I don't have like the newest or anything.
Yeah.
But it just when they do like the hazy effect of like he's drugged or injured or whatever, it just hurts my eyes. It was like as bad as the time I played the Atari Flashback on a 4K TV because it was smart to play like 8-bit graphics.
Because the TV was like, this is not possible.
Yeah, when you're playing Atari with its awful graphics to the point of you can see each individual pixel, it just gives you the worst headache you've ever experienced.
It's like playing Minecraft, but with like 37 different windows.
But that's what Evil Within was like playing that, and I got through maybe the first half an hour. But
Evil Within 2 is really good. That's the one I played. I did not play
the audio pitches also really throw it off because it'll just be like she's talking and you're like, what? Huh? Let's turn it, and then it's next thing you know you step on a bomb and the whole house explodes and you're like, holy shit! Because like I have the surround sound too. So like I wanted to, not even for recording purposes, but I wanted to get Saw, the video game. I don't know if you ever played it back in the day.
No. And
play it on the surround sound because I remember playing it at Tyler's house, and nothing will scare you as bad as when you're walking through a doorway, hit a shotgun trap, and your head just disappears, and you just boom. The surround sound just takes the whole room, and you actually jump out of your seat.
Yeah, all these pop vinyls in that picture will not be no longer there.
Yeah, I think if we got like a monitor, we should just do a reaction of us playing video games. Just not let them see what we're playing. With just us playing. You know what I mean? We're just over here with a controller.
Hell, we could do that. Honestly, play. Hey, maybe that's how we can do the whole VR setup. Well, this record us playing VR, my PC recording the actual gameplay.
I told you we could, if we get a camera system set up, we could do horror video games on yours, and I do reaction games. I'm just not a huge like playthrough. I just didn't think it sounded good through like one headset or anything. But if we're doing like a reaction video of us doing horror games, I would be down for a couple.
Especially because I get scared super easy or not at all.
Yeah, I'm only jump scares. I don't like eerie horror. Doesn't bother me.
Eerie? What?
So like when you're like atmospheric horror. So like when
like
the
music.
music.
Just, we're trying to tell me there's video games out there that scare you with just ears.
No, yeah. Well, it's a fear. It's like you ever Kill It With Fire, the game about spiders specifically.
Yeah,
it's like that, but it's just people who are afraid of ears. Yeah, you'll never hear them coming. You set it up. But yeah. So anyway.
But you can at least see them, right?
Well, if you look hard enough, there's an indie horror game of everything.
I find that false. All right, in the comments, I need someone to put a game based on being scared of ears and then being scared of eyeballs.
If it's not made yet, they're gonna make it. It's like Rule 34, but a video game.
That way we can play them at the same time, and we aren't missing any.
It's like the Rule 34 of the internet that like if it exists, there's a porn of it. Except for if it exists, there's a horror game of it. That's a thing. don't question it. I told him there's a meme specifically. Somebody goes, yeah, Rule 34, where if it exists, there's a porn. And this guy goes, that's not true. There's not a porn of me. The man that commented back to him took the time, took his picture, like on his profile picture, got him, cropped it into a porn, posted it back to the guy, and goes, there is now. So I was like, don't question it. If you tell him there's not a Rule 34 of us, there will be. And I'm surprised if there's not already, considering the comment section to these videos.
Well, the comment section is 2 random dudes.
So far.
Or, well, one's not.
I mean, there was 2 people when we had 20 subscribers. None of these have posted up since we got the other 400. So it's a matter of time.
I mean, that's fair.
That's why I told you, I hope you just like images of us doing dirty things.
Very sexual. We need to go back to video games.
Yeah, so anyway,
back to topic, I wouldn't
to games of said topic.
But I ain't trying to talk about blowing dudes anymore.
Speaking of, dude, you know you should play on your channel? That's what it reminds me of back in like Prime.
Hang on.
Prime
YouTube
indie games. No, it's staying here. There's this game. I'm gonna show it to you.
Go back.
No.
Hang on. I said go back for a second. How in the fuck does blowing dudes remind you of a game?
Because follow me. There's a game.
Are you playing that reminds you of blowing dudes?
Back in Prime YouTube days.
I just wanted that out there.
I
played a lot of games.
In Prime?
One.
Prime YouTube. First off, then that means very clearly you've never clicked on one of the ads for while playing this game, you'll come in 30 seconds. It's on every porn.
No.
It's there, yes.
Why the fuck would you do that?
As a man who's watched porn, I can tell you, I didn't play them. I just know that it's there. Anyway, back to what I was talking about.
Like
Prime YouTube content of games. There were games that were just made purely for why the hell would you play that? And that's why it reminds me of it. There's a game where there's just this oiled up, hairy dude with sunglasses, and he's got a corn dog in his hand, and the only thing you can do is take the mouse and move the corn dog, and he just does this, and you got to move it faster. And the faster you do it, the more the outside of the screen like lights up, and you essentially got to finish the dude, but corn dog in mouth. Yeah, it was the most drug. This guy's just over here, just the corn dog until he throat comes. Yeah, and that's not even the worst thing I've seen. Yeah, that was YouTubers were playing that back in the day. That's what when I got into watching YouTube, that's the kind of stuff you'd watch. Happy Wheels. And then you'd watch like watch a playthrough of Last of Us when it first came out, and then you'd watch a man throat come to a corn dog.
Happy Wheels is like the vegetables, right? Racing.
That's like Veggie Tales, but Crash Team Racing. We're talking.
I meant people in a wheelchair.
Well,
vegetables.
One of them.
One of them is.
There's the guy in the wheelchair,
okay,
and there's the
one
guy on the
Segway.
Yeah.
Okay, I know.
That's.
I played that. I never.
He was watching Veggie Tales. He was a Christian child.
I fucks with Veggie Tales. You leave me alone. And I ain't even vegan.
It's true. I have heard him go around the house singing, "Do you like to eat tomatoes?" or however it goes.
I thought it was, "Do you want to build a snowman?" Is that not?
No, I think that was from like Fruit Tales. It was a spinoff. Didn't do so well.
Really?
No.
Oh.
Not even close.
Oh.
But there was a vegetable in that. It was his nose. If that counts.
Oh yeah, Olaf.
Yeah.
My daughter's a crackhead cousin. Anyway, continue.
Alright. Back to the game that I played 30 minutes of. Yeah, that's about as far as I got.
You played 30 minutes of this?
No, Evil Within.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, over stepping back even further.
God damn. We're 9 minutes. You went so far back in time?
Yeah, well, that's what we were supposed to be talking about, but we...
I have the memory of a goldfish. Only 2 seconds passes by and I can say what that.
Well, if I told you what games that I've seen played on the internet, you'd have a lot worse time. Although I did see you started playing Sons of the Forest. I was like, man, I'd almost watch that if I didn't 3 times already.
Who'd you watch play it? Not me.
Everybody.
Man, I can't even get my best friend to support me.
Look, so I watched partially Royal do it.
Toll is what that
I watched partially when it first came out, and then I watched Markiplier the other day.
Well, you know what? It's better because I play it.
Well, there's 3 of them.
It's
bound mathematically to be funnier.
I couldn't give one flag about those
yours could be hilarious. I wouldn't know. I didn't get a chance to watch it yet. I've been busy working.
I feel like it ain't gonna ever.
Are you funny?
No.
I probably won't. That's, well, you ask.
I do play with Daniel.
Who?
Yes.
Who's Daniel?
Yes.
Like from work?
Yeah.
Ew. No, I don't know it.
Well, you're saying.
Unless you mean like from JIT. Then maybe.
Who the fuck's that guy?
The guy that I race home every day.
Does he win? Or do you win?
Nah, I won. It was great.
So
I raced him.
So that's another video game.
Yeah, I raced him through. It was Crash Team Racing, but in company trucks. We were going through the curve, and he was like, "All right, I'm gonna get ahead of him." And
Wait,
I was
is
like,
that the guy
right,
that's everybody's best
try
friend?
me? No, it's the guy who looks like me if I grew up in West Virginia. You know, a little less chin because he's a little less teeth. He's a cool guy though.
I mean,
A little less beard.
wait, is that the one that's like really fucking tall?
Yeah, and he always, for whatever reason, carries his lunchbox on the ground. Like he just doesn't know how to pick it
Well,
up.
it's because he's got some long ass arms. Dude's
Yeah.
like 6'5",
Well,
and his
so
arms touch his ankle.
That's what I was telling you the other day. He raced me through that curve, and then when we got back, he goes, "Man, I thought I was gonna have to pass you. You was only doing 55," and I was like, "It was a 45. I was doing 10. What do you mean you thought he was gonna have to pass me?"
Well, it's because there was breakaway between the floor and the pedal.
That's
what
what I
if
was
they don't
thinking.
touch.
That's why I just quit telling Kylie because I was like, "It ain't doing this." She was like, "There's they got those regulators in there where they can't go over a certain speed," and I was like, "You should tell the truck that." Because very clearly somebody ain't.
The regulator helps you not break that speed, not how fast you get to that speed.
Well, either way.
But anyway, as we were talking about video games, yes, I have started playing Sons of the
You
Forest.
should play Happy
And
Wheels.
how in the absolute fuck did we get from Sons of the Forest to racing people at work?
Because you said you play with Daniel.
Oh yeah.
But you should play Happy Wheels.
No.
Why?
That sounds like a terrible idea. That game's so old.
Your Discord wanted you to play Roblox.
Yeah.
What do you mean? They want you to
I
play
still have
even more. They want you to play Mega Blocks, not even Lego. That's not even a Lego game. You can't collect studs in that.
Yeah. But
The only
I'm
studs
stud
in that
playing.
is. Alright, you beat me to it.
Ha!
It's unfortunate.
Get out of here. Well, now this is my show.
I'll leave. I was telling Brody today, actually, when you weren't recording, like the last 3 days, I was like, man, I think he already lost it. And I was like, it'd be a real shame when I had to come to his house and record the episodes with somebody else in the room that we built. It'd be a real shame. I was like, we done build up the whole channel now, so if he backs out, it's already here. I'll go do solo episodes if I got to.
Yeah, but then it'd just be ag reel.
I can put the F back. I don't think I get banned pretty quick, but
Yeah, fag reel is
I bet you that comment section light up a lot faster.
that's a bit dicey, if you ask me.
It's my name, not my game.
Well,
And
it
even
is
if
with 2 Gs.
Even if it was, it's 2023. You do what you want to do.
Exactly. It is a don't ask, don't tell basis anymore, unless you wanna, and then we have to.
It's
listen.
actually we'll tell you, and you'll just go with it. Basis.
Fair enough.
But hey, what's on the board of dreams? Is it poop? You didn't even write it in the brown. There's a whole brown marker right next
Is
to your
that
hand.
poop taint? Oh, poop cock.
Poop taint. That was my nickname in high school. Guys, actually, we're gonna tangent off again because this is gross. You ever seen the meme? There's a guy who's like, "Man, I didn't even know you're supposed to wipe your ass until I was in high school. I was over here grilling cheese." That's where the grilled cheese joke came from. That's why anytime you hear Brody say I'm straight grilling some cheese right now, it's some dude's like, "Yeah, I didn't even know for the first 18 years of life you were supposed to wipe. I was just grilling cheese every day." I was like, "Oh no, that's a cosmic brownie that I don't want."
That's foul.
Dude, actually, video game talk. I can tangent the two together. There's another game back in the day that was you played. This dude was on a roof and he would shit out a turd, and you'd have to upgrade it to roll it across town and do the most damage. People would slip on it. You'd have to hit birds with it. If you hit a car, it would cause it to crash, and it was just the most chaos you could create. And the upgrades were add grease, so you upgrade a burrito to get a greasier turd, so it slide easier. I've seen some games, man. You can get some good.
Why
flashbacks.
is that not a game I've seen? That seems like
it's made. You ever remember PixArk when they did Ark, but
Yeah.
Minecraft? It's that kind of graphics.
How it was popular for 2 days and it died.
But it was that kind of graphics. It was real polygonal to where it was just this very squared man, but he would just, and then you'd have to just, an hour's worth of a game. But I gotta tell you, it's the most funny hour I've ever spent.
I don't know. I think the funniest game I play on my gaming channel is The Long Drive. That game is fucking hilarious.
I've watched so many. Me and Brody were playing. You ever seen Spider Heck?
No.
It's
I've seen.
We played that. We were having a grand old time when the power was out. I was staying there. He's like, "You want to play it?" And I was like, "Sure." It looked fun.
How was the power out?
Not at that one at my house.
There you go. Okay. I'm caught up.
Okay.
You said when the power was out, I was at Brody's playing video games.
I think my favorite part of it is not only can you like Spider-Man around with their webs, but they use lightsabers and you could throw them. And Brody didn't know for like the first like 8 matches how to throw things, and that you could like wind it up. Basically, you'd see it like pull down, and then he just So me and Brody are playing, and I'd always get like the double-ended like Darth Maul one, and I'd start spinning it, and then I would just and he's like, shit, every time, and he would just jump into the lava.
Oh, so you play again, like you try to kill each other?
Yeah, so you're in the same map,
so it's
and it's
Super
like
Smash Bros.
Kinda,
Just
but
with spiders.
you can attach to all the areas around you.
So it's Super Spider.
So imagine instead of like you fall down on Super Smash.
Yeah.
This one there's lava like all the way around, so you can stay in the center.
If lava's up here, it would fall to down here.
But so like, that game was a pretty fun one. I tried to get you to play the Gang Beasts.
Gang Beasts would be sick if you had like 6 to 8 people playing it.
I just like the goofy
with 2
like
people,
party
that would
games.
be awful.
I just like goofy party games, except for Super Mario Party. That one's not. It's just a board game.
That's just because you're not good at it.
If I wanted to play a board game, I'd do it in person.
Yeah, but that's a board game.
The same thing. I don't understand.
You can't.
I understand if you were playing with people in other states to play like Uno or Monopoly or something, but I just never understood. Like Tiffany had Monopoly on the Xbox. They're like, "You want to play?" And I was like, "The game is right there. Yeah. I can go grab the board game."
Yeah, but you risk losing the pieces. You may eat one by accident.
No sense to me to play something on the TV when it's right there.
I will say, if you're playing Monopoly, you also have toilet paper at the same time. You can use the money and pay the banker with it.
I do that with real money.
I wouldn't give it to the
banker. I was going to pay you with that 20 earlier.
Oh, fair.
That's my wiping paper.
I mean, shit money is still money. It still spends regardless of what you do with it to get it there.
No, that's what I was trying to think when you were first doing your gaming channel. I told you I watched a bunch back in the day that are probably like classics now. Because that was like my prime time would have been, I don't know, 5-10 years ago when I had no friends and weighed double what I do now. So all I did was this right here. Which that's where I learned. I've probably watched 2,000 hours of Binding of Isaac. Not including the 400 I've played.
See, the long drive is... I don't even know how to describe how that game is.
I think it's just the graphics that give that one any bit of comedy.
Yeah, because, like, you'll just be driving at, like, fucking 200 kilometers an hour, and all of a sudden your car just does a front flip for no reason. Because the game struggles to render all of it at one time, so you just go, and then lose all your shit for no reason. It's great.
I think that's the only issue with, like, 7...
Or, my favorite thing about that game is you can piss and shit while driving. So if you roll down the window, you can piss out the window, or you can shit in your seat. But if you shit in your seat, just so you're aware, it doesn't only smell. It fucks up the driving too.
Completely not what I was gonna go with before. But there's a horror game, actually fairly recent, that the premise of the game is you have to keep pissing. You have to get it becomes toxic.
That sounds more like
dude. It's nuts. No, it was that IGP guy I was telling you to watch. He plays almost specifically like indie horror games, and you go around and there's all these different types of monsters, like how Sons of the Forest and like The Forest had, but you have to find bottles to piss in. You have to find toilets